What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. Since the launch of Black Ops 6, I'm sure you've heard somebody within the community say Call of Duty is back. And that's how it feels right now if you've been playing Black Ops 6 or you've been around the Call of Duty community in any way, shape, or form. There is an overall sense of excitement and enjoyment when it comes to Black Ops 6. And why wouldn't there be? There's a lot to love when it comes to this game. The campaign is fantastic, the zombies is pretty fun, and the multiplayer, while being hit or miss, still has more good than it does bad. And all of that culminates to one of the best Call of Duty experiences we've had for a long time. And I said that in yesterday's video, but I'm going to reiterate it here. But it's not only a feeling that people have in this community, there's numbers to back it up. And let's dive into them today. Now, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of public information when it comes to official player counts for Call of Duty, but the one that we can rely on is Steam charts. And what we've seen since the launch of Black Ops 6 is a gigantic uptick in players. Black Ops 6 has brought players back in droves. And I'm going to throw the Steam chart up on screen right now over the last week. And this giant influx of players is a little surprising to me. Not because I'm surprised the players have come back to try out Black Ops 6 after all of the positive press it's received, but because players are choosing to buy this game on their PC over playing it on Game Pass for the PC or getting it on Battle.net. Because right now there's 3 different options for every single PC player. And the fact that we're seeing 300,000 players as a 24-hour peak accessing Call of Duty on Steam tells me that there is an overwhelming amount of players across the entire community that have been accessing this game. Because I will argue that Steam is not the most popular avenue for PC players right now. I know I'm accessing the game through Game Pass because I wanted to try it out before I decided to purchase it or not. And I assume a lot of other players have gone that route. But in the past, whenever I've bought in Call of Duty, or purchased it, pardon me, I've always done it through Battle.net. So these numbers are probably reflective across the entire community. More players are playing Black Ops 6 than played Modern Warfare 3. And let's look at the Steam chart for Modern Warfare 3 if we go back a year ago. A year ago, the influx of players didn't even reach 200,000, which means we have a 50% increase in players alone from last year's launch to this year's launch. Even though there is an even easier accessible way to get Call of Duty now on the PC through Game Pass, we are seeing increasing numbers, and that is absolutely astounding. And the good news for Call of Duty doesn't end there. While there isn't official numbers yet, because they refuse to share the official player numbers on any of their other platforms, this was the statement that came out earlier today from Charlie Intel. With the launch of Black Ops 6, nearly 50% of all active Xbox Series players in the US have played Call of Duty in the last week, double the week before. And on PlayStation 5, over 33% of all active US PlayStation 5 players played Call of Duty in the last week, up 30% week over week. People have come back to try out Call of Duty, to play Call of Duty. And I really hope that this resonates with the people over at Activision to realize that giving your game more time and more identity is very important. Because I play Black Ops right now, and I'll tell you this, it's very reminiscent of the Black Ops experiences I've had in the past. And that's what the player base wanted. They also wanted a game that took more time, that took risks, and trust me, this game has taken risks. The Omni Movement decision was a risk. Their entire campaign, in my opinion, was a risk. I don't think they played it safe. And zombies? Maybe they played it a little safe there. Maybe even entered a few elements that people didn't like. But overall, it's the gameplay that people are so addicted to right now. And part of that is due to the risk they took with the Omni Movement system. It's a massive positive for this community, and it's been a massive enjoyment for people in this community. I have not seen this much positivity from the community in quite some time. Normally we see a lot of hate videos, a lot of reasons to dislike the game, a lot of Activision problems. That really hasn't happened. Outside of the copious amounts of complaints for Call of Duty HQ, I haven't really heard too many when it comes to just the overall play of Black Ops 6, and that's great to hear. Sure, the maps suck and the spawns suck, and we can talk about that all the live long day, and I'm right here with you. But when it comes to a core Call of Duty experience, Black Ops 6 delivers. And it's very clear that this entire community has responded in kind and are supporting the game like they haven't been able to do for the last few years, as Call of Duty has been a disappointment. It's great to see. And I really hope that we continue to see this over time. I'm hoping that this bar graph doesn't just rise really high and drop drastically over the next few weeks. I'm hoping that Black Ops 6 is able to sustain this momentum and be able to really create some positive direction within this community, because we desperately need it. It's been a long haul since Call of Duty has felt this good, since Call of Duty has been this praised, and I just hope it continues. If I'm going to be honest, the stakes have never been higher for Call of Duty because they've come out of the gates so strong here. They have to be able to maintain it. They have to keep this community engaged. They can't screw this up. And it's really going to be a good indicator of where this series is going when Season 1 launches in just a few weeks. When Season 1 comes out, is it going to be an absolute bomb of a season or an absolute success? Because that's going to set the precedent for the next several months as Call of Duty goes through its life cycle. And if we get off on the wrong foot with Season 1 and we get some negativity building within this community, it's going to be an uphill battle to regain that trust again. It's very clear this community wants to believe in Black Ops 6. It's very clear this community is ready to believe in Call of Duty again as a whole. And this game continues to deliver reasons to believe in it. But it's that first sign of a little bit of a misstep that this community will turn on Black Ops 6, and all of a sudden every single small detail that they're frustrated with becomes a gigantic issue. And you'll be hearing things like the cheater problem again. You'll be hearing things like SBMM again. Something that has not overtaken the discourse just yet because people are having so much fun playing their game. This is the difference between a good campaign and a bad campaign. The difference between having a solid zombies mode with a lot to offer versus a zombies mode that feels bare bones. This is the difference between having brand new maps at launch and having maps that are just reskins of previous maps from previous years. But I'll talk about that in a future video as well, because I think there is something very important to talk about when it comes to the maps in this game. All in all, though, the takeaway here is that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has gotten off on the right foot with this community. It's very clear that this game has also done a very good job of bringing players back to this franchise once again, getting them to believe in Call of Duty again. That's awesome to hear. So that's all I've got to say here. I'm very curious on your feelings right now when it comes to Black Ops 6. Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? Do you think that it's a lot of fluff right now? Do you think a lot of people are just buying into the hype? Or do you think this game is actually good? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.